Very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight. Is the last one for the week, and it promises to be exciting as always. I'm Yemi Adebayo. It's been a special period for football lovers across the globe. The African continent has been, of course, monitored by a lot of people because of the African Cup of Nations. And tonight on the show, we will be talking about the African Cup of Nations. As a matter of fact, it will dominate most of the things we will talk about. A large part of the show will go towards talking about the African Cup of Nations, especially because the Super Eagles of Nigeria seem to be doing so well. And of course, we'll also take a look at the Nigeria Professional Football League, the English Premier League. We'll also talk about the first Grand Slam of the year. Before I introduce my partners on the show tonight, first let me tell you that my partner Austin Okon-Akpan is unavoidably absent on the show tonight, but trust me, it will still be interesting as always. Let's take a breather. Let's pause as we enter into the AFCON segment. All right, so let's set the ball rolling. Let me quickly introduce my partner from the Lagos studio. Incidentally, we've not had any chance to discuss about the Super Eagles since the African Cup of Nations started. So you might have to bear with him. You might have to be talking about the three matches all in one. Ikena Akinchukwu joins us this lovely Friday. Greetings to you, Ikena.
Yeah,
it's the Super Eagles has made us smile.
Yeah. Everyone is smiling, and for a long while we've not seen them play like this. So seeing them and the kind of results they've been churning out, it gives you confidence, going into the business end of the tournament. So proud. Nigerian games are not just in Nigeria, worldwide. When you go online, Nigeria-Egypt was one of the most watched games across the world.
Yes.
Everyone watched the game. They were all analyzing it, from Gary Lineker to a lot of people online. They all watched the game, and the game lived up to its billing.
Expectation.
Lived up to expectation. So wonderful. I'm happy Nigeria has been able to live up to the hype. Not really the hype, because we didn't even give them a chance going into this competition. But being Nigeria as they are, they have been able to live up to that name.
To win, they've been able to win over the skeptics.
Yes, they've been able,
the
exactly.
Pessimists.
And some questions.
A lot of us were in that group.
No, we were. Honestly speaking, because after the World Cup qualifiers, nobody gave them a chance, And still, the coach still using the same materials. He was like, "What are you going to expect?" But it's beyond belief what has happened in Garoua. So we are all behind the team. We are all cheering the coach and each one of them. We are proud of what they have achieved so far.
All right. Also joining us from Ghana, Accra, Ghana to be precise, Mickey Jr. joins us on the show tonight. Greetings to you, Mickey. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight.
Good evening to all your charities.
Okay.
My
All right. All right. I think we'll have to get back to Mickey. It does appear the connections, there are some issues with the connections, but I know Mickey can hear us. All he needs to do is to sort out issues with the connection, and we will have that conversation on the show, especially on a night like this. This is the only show we're going to be having before the Super Eagles play against their next opponent. So when next we come here, we'll be doing a post-mortem of that game. So we have the chance tonight to talk ahead of that game. All right, Iken, I know that all our deliberations, all the things we're going to be talking about, will surely be dominated about the Super Eagles. But first, let's look at the round of 16 lineup. A lot of surprises in there, but let's quickly show to our viewers the round of 16. Nigeria is involved. 16 countries are involved. 16 countries left. The boys separated from the men, and there you have it. Burkina Faso will take on Gabon. Gabon, without Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang kicking the ball, they still managed to get into the round of 16. I dare say it's commendable. 3 players were sent home.
Yeah.
Were sent back to their clubs for health issues. Some claim disciplinary reasons, but
Yes,
let's leave it at that. The country says health issues, so we're taking that. And of course, Nigeria will be up against the Celtic Eagles of Tunisia. Guinea will take on Gambia. Two West African countries know themselves very well. Cameroon will take on Comoros. No one. I can bet $1 million on this. I'm not a betting person, by the way, but I can bet $1 million on that nobody
predicted that.
ever believed,
Nobody saw it
ever
coming.
gave this team
Nobody even
a
knew they
chance.
were in the competition. But here they are in the round of
Let
16.
alone beating Ghana and getting this far.
Yeah.
All right. Still some other fixtures in the round of 16. Teranga Lions will take on Cape Verde. Well, Senegal, a lot of people they were not what we thought they were. Let me just put it that way. They're still in there, but they wasn't as explosive as we thought.
Even in 2019, they weren't explosive. They just grind out results.
Yes.
So, I think their fans are beginning to complain about Cisse and his style of play.
Yeah.
Doing that to 2019, all their games were 1-0. They didn't win past it. So they didn't go past it. Sorry.
Morocco and Malawi also. Cote d'Ivoire and Egypt.
That's going to be a cracker.
It will surely. It's going to be. And Mali take on Eguavoen Guinea. That's another team a lot of people didn't give a chance to advance. All right, Ike, now I want you to, because it's only fair that I allow you to do this while we wait for Mickey to join in. I know you want to sum up what you have seen of the Super Eagles so far before we begin to do our pre-game analysis of what to expect against Tunisia. But your thoughts on the Super Eagles? I already know they've won you over, but your thoughts?
No, it's like going back to the old days and Eguavoen being in charge. We're used to how the Super Eagles used to play. But even after that 94, we didn't really enjoy the Super Eagles. After that 2000 when we played the final, the rest. We keep fumbling and struggling into the finals, at the third place game and everything. But we have not seen them play this exciting in years. Not talk of, even when I'm not blaming the coach, I'm not blaming him. He did try. Like Eguavoen said during his press conference, he set up the team. Something went wrong somewhere. So let's leave that for now. He has left the team. But what we are seeing on ground is that the team has so much potential. I remember I was here in 2019 at this same stage. We discussed about Algeria, and I told you that my fear about Algeria is their squad depth. Okay, because when they played their last game against Tanzania, they won 3-0, and it was almost the second 11 that played. Mahrez didn't play. Honor scored 2 goals. Now the same thing has happened. Is applicable to Nigeria right now. The way we play this past Guinea-Bissau, which let's say second, not really giving them a distance.
Only 3 players who started it. Last 2 games started Wilfred, Ndidi, the captain, and who else? Abano was just three of the regulars.
And you can see Kelechi Iheanacho. And you can see the hunger in the team. You see the guys coming in. Even Onyewu could have came in for 8 minutes. He wanted to show all he can do. He was running everywhere. He was making passes. They wanted to score more. Olayinka and Simon, they were combining to score. So you see there is hunger in the team. There's excitement in the team. So it's unbelievable what is happening. We didn't expect it. And playing in Cameroon, because it's close to Nigeria, has given us that age. We've made Garoua like our town. So I think they have the potential to go all the way. I think let's not jump the gun like we did in 98 with Denmark, but after Tunisia, we might be playing Burkina Faso. And that to me, might be a clean road to the semi-final at least. Let's get there and see what will happen next. But so far, so good. This is the business side of the tournament. It's no more 3 points or 1 point that counts. It's what you do 90 minutes or 120 minutes. So we have so much belief in the team. They can go far.
All right. We have to spare a thought for all the teams that have qualified. Yeah. We have to say 18 or 2. So our producer will roll some of the visuals, then we'll talk about them. Maybe we should start with some of the teams. Maybe one team that has been demystified, Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypt, for instance. Some have accused the media of a lot of disrespect in the build-up to the game between Egypt and Nigeria. You would almost think that Nigeria has not won the Nations Cup before.
Yes.
The way they talked about it. And even some of us were guilty of some of the things we said. These guys were going to steamroll us and all that. They lost to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But gradually, 1-0 victory here and there, they were able to scale back, and now they're in the round of 16. Do you think they're going to be able to pick it up?
They'll pick it up from here. Yes, at least they have a star. They have like a couple of players that can actually deliver, that you can count on. But quite unfortunately, what happened to the game against to Guinea-Bissau in that game, because I thought that was a clean goal.
I thought as well. I thought so as well.
So even if imagine that game had ended in a 1-1 draw, maybe they wouldn't have. They might be third in the group, or Guinea-Bissau might be fired up to play against Nigeria. Something would have happened.
Something could have, yeah.
So what the only thing about teams like Egypt is that as the tournament goes on, they start grinding out results. They don't need to beat teams 4-0 or 1. It's just that single goal, that Salah moment, penalties, free kicks. It can happen. But the thing about this thing is that their team doesn't look. They don't look like they've refreshed the team.
Yes.
Still the same old guys that played in 2019. Really didn't go beyond quarterfinals, second round. So I don't think they have the potential to go far in the tournament. They might be quarterfinal, might be.
But there's a start in their favor. When they won in '98, they lost their first game.
Yes, they lost.
And after losing that first game, they won every other game.
And
but stats don't play football.
They don't play football. But playing against Cote d'Ivoire is a tough task. It's a tough task. Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria are the teams that has, apart from that, they are sleeping against that was against Sierra Leone. Cote d'Ivoire has been able. The attacking line is amazing. So playing against Egypt, I don't think Egypt might stand that chance of playing against Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay, let's look at another team.
Okay.
I'm very sure we'll talk about. I think it's only fair we talk about the host Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about Vincent Abubakar, the tournament's leading goal scorer, and he appears to be taking his chances very well. And Cameroon, in spite of all the issues they've had, they're looking like a solid side.
They will look like a solid side. They are football royalty. So
especially on the African continent.
Even on the world stage.
Even globally.
They're football royalty.
But more especially on the African continent.
Yeah, they've won the tournament 5 times. They are the hosts. But one thing that is negative about the team is their defense. They've conceded a goal in all the matches they've played. 1 goal at least. So it doesn't speak well of the team.
Doesn't inspire confidence.
It doesn't inspire confidence. But going forward, but then again, they have probably an easy draw now with playing Comoros. So that will give them confidence to go into the quarterfinal stage.
Okay.
But so far, so good for them. But going maybe as far as the final, I doubt it.
All right. Okay, let's try this again. Mickey Jr. is back with us. Mickey, greetings to you. Thanks for being with us on the show. I was about to ask you your thoughts about the African Cup of Nations, your impression of the tournament.
Yeah, well, I think it's been a great one so far. I mean, like you rightly mentioned, despite all the challenges and issues, I mean, that came before, during, and who knows, maybe after the tournament. But so far, it's been a great tournament. I mean, from the first two games, we didn't really see much excitement. But I think that it was worth it. I mean, before the group games ended, we kind of saw a lot of excitement now building up, leading to the round of 16 games. So for me, I think that it's been a great tournament. Not really the best that we all expected, but I mean, so far, so good.
All right. Also, let me put this to you. Which team or teams have impressed you?
I think so far, I'm so much impressed with Nigeria. I mean, well, we all thought that maybe missing Igalo, Dennis, and maybe Osimhen Victor, we thought that maybe it couldn't have really gone their way. But, I mean, I'm so much excited looking at their play. I mean, Moses Simon has given us, a lot to enjoy down the wings. So for me, I think Nigeria, then I think Cameroon has been impressive as well. They don't really have much of the stars, but I think they are really, really doing so well. And Mali as well, I mean, I think that they have the best midfielders in this tournament, and they are really, really living up to expectation, winning all their 3 group stage games. So for me, I think Mali, but I'll give it to Nigeria, yeah? Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali. Really, really impressed me a lot.
Okay. Your 3 picks, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali. All right, so we're looking at the teams in the round of 16. And my guest in the studio has already talked about a couple of teams that has impressed him. So you look at the lineups. So you mentioned 3 teams that you think would do well, but on your screen is a round of 16 fixtures. One of the things that is very tough for every analyst is to make predictions because things change, But from what you have seen, the games on the screen. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but anyway, I get a chance to do it. The games on your screen, how do you think some of it will go?
I think
Okay, I guess Mickey will join us. So, Ikena,
we
all right.
should have. I think that game between Cote d'Ivoire and Egypt should have been a semi-final lineup or probably a final game. But I wouldn't be surprised if I think that maybe Egypt will go out. It's so unfortunate, but I mean, this is what it is. And I'm also seeing another surprise. I'm seeing Nigeria going through. I'm seeing Morocco. Senegal, of course, will also go through. And then Mali, Equatorial Guinea, I think that game, I'm thinking Mali, but there may be a surprise as well. So for me, I think the game's a bit tough. And then Burkina Faso, Gabon, many people are beginning to tip, Burkina Faso to go through. But I think it's going to be quite dicey because if you look at the way Gabon are playing, even without the likes of Aubameyang, Mario Lemina and co, they are still, doing the work. So I think that we shouldn't overwrite Gabon off. I think they can be a surprise as well. But for Cameroon, Comoros, obviously it looks like Cameroon, seems the favorite because if you look at the players and they are the host nation as well. They can't go out at this stage, obviously. So I think that Cameroon will go through. Guinea, Gambia, we all know the task ahead of Guinea. They have to qualify. Other than that, they have to, bring back all the money that has been invested in them. So for me, I think Guinea will go through. And Nigeria, Tunisia is going to be a tough one. We all know how the North Africans play their game. Tunisia really hasn't been so convincing. They lost to Mali. They have to, on the last day before they secure their qualification. So I'm looking at Nigeria going through. Nigeria can fail because now it looks like even almost all Ghanaians are supporting Nigeria to make it all the way to the final. So I think that Nigeria will go through as well.
All right. That's good to hear that Ghanaians are supporting the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But let me come to Ike. Same thing that Mickey has just done for us. You're going to see the fixtures on the screen. Aside the Nigeria game that we're going to talk about, we're going on a break in probably in less than 2 minutes. But just like Mickey did, I want to see what you think will happen in some of the matches that you're going to see on your screen. He talked about it probably being going to be easy ride for Cameroon against Comoros. Yeah. It looks like let me allow you.
Yeah, the one game I will try to have a different opinion from Mickey's Gambia versus Guinea. I think Gambia is going to win that game.
Okay.
Because if you watch the way they are playing, they're playing like a tournament team. Guinea hasn't been that impressive in this tournament. Apart from their win against Malawi. They drew against Senegal. They lost to Zimbabwe.
They lost to Zimbabwe.
So Gambia has been growing in the tournament, league by league, and they are a force to be reckoned with. We don't really take a look at. They have most players playing in the Serie A. Due to their migration issues, they travel to as immigrants to Italy, settled there. They've been there since they were little kids. The Jallo, the Barrow, the place for Bologna. So they have quality players in that team. So I believe that maybe they can go as far as the quarterfinal. Maybe that's where they might stop. But that game against Guinea, they're definitely going to be. To me, they're going to beat Guinea.
All right.
So Morocco, Malawi, of course, every other thing he said, Morocco is going to take that one, and some of the ones are Cameroon, all those ones are. But that particular one, Guinea versus Gambia,
you'd like to differ.
I would like to differ on that.
Okay. All right, so we're done taking a look at the fixtures in the round of 16, but we're still going to talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So we still have Mickey Jr. with us, and of course, Iken still with me in the studio. I asked one of our analysts yesterday, we're all impressed with the Super Eagles, but is there anything that will give you a little bit of anxiety, something that you feel is an Achilles heel that can be exploited about the Super Eagles team after seeing them play 3 times?
Probably, it's a very because in all departments they are actually doing very well. Everybody has upped their game. Even I was impressed with Trustekong. You know, he went through a lot of criticism.
Yeah, with his performances.
I was one of the people following him on that his Trustekong YouTube channel. So he had to deactivate all his social media accounts so that he can focus on the tournament. And he said it during the press conference. So probably facing Salah is what scares most defenders in the EPL. But they were able to come out of it unscared. So I think the team, they are almost complete until you see we didn't see any flaws in these last 3 matches. So we have to go into the game hoping that they will still go on, you know, on that winning drive. And so there's nothing to complain actually. There's nothing that's the only problem is probably Awoni should convert most of the chances that comes his way. Okay, if he does that, maybe we can have more goals in the kitty. So the team is performing absolutely well. That's something we can criticize about the team.
Okay, all right. Let me go to Vicky and Mickey rather and ask him. We've talked a lot about Nigeria, but let's talk about Tunisia now. If you were coaching Tunisia, or if you know somebody who can influence the team in terms of tactics and all that, what do you think they should be doing when they play against Nigeria?
Well, I think that they are laterals. I mean, their defenders have to be very, very careful because we all know how Nigeria play. I mean, most of the ball has to go through Moses Simon because he's one of the best players so far in this competition. And then when he's on the wings and he cuts in and he's coming down, as a defender, you need to be very, very, very careful. And then you need to, you just don't have to lose guard because the way he plays, I mean, he's very tricky, very, very fast. He can shoot from any angle. He can take on players. So I think that, the likes of Ali Malu, who plays for Ali, they really have a lot to be doing. I mean, against Nigeria, facing the likes of Moses Simon, even Kelechi as well. You know, he's a type of striker who comes in, win the ball, and then quickly go on the counter. So I think that Tunisia really have a lot to do. I mean, I think that they are going to really find it difficult because the way Nigeria is playing, everybody really, really is performing. And that is the key thing. It's so hard for you to even criticize anybody. And for me, I think Aribo has been very, very good. I mean, Joe Aribo is superb, playing so well, holding down the midfield. So I think that it will be very, very difficult for Egypt. I mean, for Tunisia because Nigeria are playing on some kind of confidence level now, and they really, 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 want to make it to the final, even to the semi-final. So I think it will be difficult. I mean, if I am the coach of Tunisia, I wouldn't love to be so defensive, but I think that maybe I'll try go 5 at the back because that may be one of my best options to try to stop Nigeria from, creating and coming. I mean, 5 at the back, you try to pack the back and the midfield, and maybe you leave one up front to try to, win some fouls and get some free kicks. Because let's not forget the North Africans are so good when it comes to, the set pieces and all that. So if I'm the coach, I may go 5, maybe 4-1 up front. That's it.
Okay, that's interesting. We'll see what happens in that one. Let's listen to the coach of the Super Eagles, Cerezo himself, speaking ahead of the game. We'll come back to talk some more ahead of that crucial encounter.
Well, congratulations to our team. We qualified. Now it's clear we're playing against Tunisia, which is another North African strong team. And we'll continue to work hard like we've always done. Same approach, same determination. Tactics might differ a little bit, in quote, a little bit. So we're ready. Yesterday we did a little bit of recovery training. So today we'll start working on how we approach Tunisia's game so far. Yeah, they had ups and downs. I mean, the first game, I think, was ended in the dramatic fashion. You know what I mean? They've lost 2 penalties in 2 games as well, in an open play. And yesterday, they lost narrowly, but towards the end of the game. So for them, haven't qualified for the knockout stage. It's a different ball game. You know what knockout stage is. Round of 16, if you don't get it, you're off. If you get it, you're through to the quarterfinals. And it's going to be a very different game. It's a good team, technically very good. And they're fast as well, typical North African team, North African team. So we will find a way to see how we counter them and make sure we come top at the end of the day.
All right, that's Austin Eguavoen talking about the approach that his team will likely take when they face the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. All right, so we're done talking about the Super Eagles. I'm interested in asking Mickey something. Well, how does it feel? And I mean, of course, I already know you're a Black Stars fan. You definitely love the Black Stars of Ghana. So, I mean, what's the mood of the people like now that the Black Stars are out of the competition? I mean, what's the general feeling among football fans?
I mean, it's so sad, and I mean, it's terrible for us. You know, this is the only time that, I mean, since I grew up, I mean, loving football, African football, this is the first time I've seen the Black Stars. I mean, at the AFCON that they couldn't even come out from the group, and I mean, it's so terrible. Back home, I mean, the mood is one that I can't even explain, and everybody seems to even quickly just forget about the Black Stars and then just focus on their, I mean, on their daily work. I mean, they feel that the team has really disappointed them, and I for one also feel the same, because this is the Black Star that we felt that we went to this tournament with a lot of good materials. We have so many quality players on that side. If you look at Thomas Partey, who plays for Arsenal. We have Daniel Amate, who plays for Leicester City. I mean, we have almost all the good players. We have good goalkeepers. I mean, we went to one of the best technical teams as well. So, I mean, it's just so unfortunate. We didn't really anticipate this, for us to even be beaten by a team like, I mean, I have so much respect for Comoros, but for us to be, for Ghana, you know, 4-time champion, to be beaten by coach, I mean, Comoros is just so unfortunate. I mean, everybody here is so sad. I mean, they were so disappointed in the team. They felt that, you know, the FA president really should come out and apologize to all Ghanaians.
Okay. All right. We'll get back to Mickey. He was saying some interesting things. I mean, from his comments, I could feel what the mood will be like. But let me ask you, I know you're not a Ghanaian, but we're all keen followers of African football. He says one of the things a lot of people are expecting is an apology from the FA president. But what do you think will be the fate of the coaching crew?
You know, throughout today, I've been on social media watching both press conferences, all the Ghana TV shows and everything. They are bitter, okay? And one of the things they said was they feel that the team shouldn't be the team that should have gone to this tournament, okay? There are a lot of players, like one of the players they called out was Wakaso, a player that plays in China and came with an injury. So why would you put in a player that has an injury in the team?
Mubarak
Wakaso. So why would you put him on the team? And during the press conference after the game, all the journalists were all attacking the coach. Are you going to resign honorably? Isn't it time for you to resign? You have made us play the worst tournament of our life. Are you going to resign? So they are putting pressure on the man. And really, when they appointed Milos, I didn't understand that reappointment.
Maybe nostalgia.
It's 11 years ago.
They had some good moments under him.
It's like us calling back Westerhoff.
Or Johannes Bonfrey.
People were even asking for jobs, but you let them go. The question you ask is, what have they achieved after they left your team? You understand? So why would you call back a coach that coached you 10 years ago? It's a long time. No, we're not talking about 4 years. We're not talking about 10. And I said something on this program some time ago about Ghana. The team is stagnant. It's not moving up. It's not moving down. How can you have, sorry to call out names, but you can't have Edede Ayew playing in Saudi Arabia as your star man and your captain at 32 years. He's gone down the drain. He's lost 6 years. He's a bit slow. Now, you are just like imagine the Nigerian team. We have Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa is not a star man. He's part of the team. He can come in and offer his experience. He can, advise the team. He can be in the background, helping the boys sort out something. But you can't have Ahmed Musa hoping you have to win a tournament with him. Because let's face facts, he has done what he did. He has done his bit for the nation. It's time for him. At least he has said this is his last tournament. So the Ghanaian team, I think for years, You have Jonathan Mensah in the team, still in the team after how many years? You have Wakaso, you have Andre Ayew, you have Jordan Ayew. You have so many players that
You know, Mickey is back, but I don't know. I'm very sure it will help us. You talk about nostalgia. Some of these names you mentioned are players who worked with the coach many years back. Some of those guys have lost their place in the team already. But when Rajvac came back, probably...
But you have to invite players according to form.
You know what? Let's listen to somebody who is feeling the pain. Mickey, thanks for returning to us. What do you think will be the fate of the coach? A lot of people question some of the players that he invited. You know, my colleague here talks about Mubarak Wakaso, Jonathan Mensah, some of those guys who a lot of people feel maybe their best days are behind them. So do you think the Ghana Football Association will sack the coach? Will he resign? Do you think the fans will get that apology that they are waiting for?
Well, I think that the FA president had the chance to apologize live on the show that he was speaking on. I mean, he swerved the question many times. I'm not sure he's willing to do that. But I felt that at a point in time when the pressure started mounting on him, he's going to come out and apologize. Now, on the coach, I feel that he should even come back to the country. That's what I honestly feel, because he has failed us, you know. And for me, I always have big questions about his appointment, because this is a coach that, you know, his last refresher course has been in 2019. And now, you know, the game is changing. And I feel that there are a lot of ideas coming up every now and then. And we need a coach who understands the modern game. For me, I feel that, you know, the 2009, 2010 laurels that that he has achieved with Ghana is past and gone. And those were the days that those guys were very, very active. They were playing, and they were younger guys. If you look at that squad, like you rightly mentioned, Jonathan Mensah is still there. The likes of Andre Ayew, who, you know, came back from Egypt winning the under-20 World Cup fresh. You know, he has something to prove. But for me, I feel that now most of the players are gone. I mean, their legs are gone, their minds are gone, their brains are gone. And for me, I feel that though we really went there with a good squad in a way, but I feel that the coach, you know, I always have a problem with the coach. I feel that, you know, the appointment was wrong. It's so bad for me. You know, he didn't deserve to make it. I mean, we have a lot of younger coaches up there, and you can talk of, I mean, one who has won it with Morocco. I mean, he's won it with Zambia, and then Ivory Coast, I should say. I mean, Hervé Renner, you know, he's in Saudi Arabia now, if I'm right. I feel that he's the one who should lead the Black Star by now. I mean, I don't know still what is wrong with these people heading the affairs at the Ghana Football Association. So for me, I think that the coach is gone. I mean, for me, he should be gone. There was a meeting, emergency meeting that took place today. I mean, our sports ministry invited the technical handlers to come in and brief them what happened, why we exited this tournament so early. So I'm picking up reports that the coach things doesn't favor him now, but let's still wait. It's still early days yet. I mean, the team just returned. Let's probably give them 1 or 2 days to settle, and then we'll see what happens. But for me, I told you, I mean, I want the coach to be gone. I mean, the next one who comes should properly, you know, get good squad. I feel we have the younger guys, you know, playing actively in other clubs. Bring them. It doesn't matter about the name. Zambia won the AFCON without probably any better or notable names in their squad. So for me, I feel that get this coach gone, get younger guys who are hungry to play and to win something for this country. Other than, you know, depending always on the likes of Ayew, who, I mean, playing in Qatar. Man, I think it's so sad for us as a football country, as a football nation. A tournament going on and we are out, and the country, like, I mean, full respect to Comoros, but Comoros can be playing AFCON under 16 and Ghana coming back home. So for me, I felt the coach should be gone. Get more hungry. I mean, hunger and younger guys who want to play for the country.
Yeah. I'm not a Ghanaian, but I can feel your pain.
No, as a top country in Africa, I think it's very saddening.
Okay. All right, Mickey Jr., I want to thank you for your time on the show today. Hopefully we'll get to do this some other time.
Man, my pleasure. I'm so much happy to be here. Anytime, just feel free, and thanks for having me.
All right. Our pleasure. All right, so that's it on the AFCON segment. We might say one or two things about the Nations Cup, but we need to end the segment. So let's take a breather, end the segment, come back, talk some more on the show. All right, welcome back. Alfred Okodigwe joins us now. Well, better late than never. Greetings to you, Alfred. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show. Let me just throw it to you straight. I don't think we've spoken since the Nations Cup started. So, your impression in a minute or two, just give it to us. How has it been? Oh, it does appear Alfred needs to unmute. We can't hear him. All right, Alfred just started that, and he'll be back. He'll be back with us. When we can hear him, we'll continue. Okay, Alfred, I think he started now. So, Alfred, just give it to us. Your thoughts on the Nations Cup.
All right, let me begin by saying Happy New Year, Yemi. Of course,
yeah.
Ikenna. I won't forget that. I won't forget that name again. He almost crucified me in Ikenna yesterday when he saw that at some point I struggled to remember his name. I'm really excited to be here. Nations Cup for me is one that some of the big teams have come with a high hopes, high expectation. Of course, big ego. And those ego, their noses have been rubbed on the ground. Defending champion Algeria comes to point. This is a Nations Cup, especially for the Super Eagles. We went in without, let me say, not without anything. We just went in there. This is a team that at some point we lost confidence in. A team that was struggling to gain the admiration of Nigerians, and indeed those who follow them. A lot of people switch off from watching the team. A new man comes in, Eguavoen, okay, perhaps let's just go there and make up the numbers. And what do you have? Boom. The Eagles started playing well. They started getting the result. The only team to get 9 maximum points in all of the preliminary games. The next objective now is to play against the Tunisians. It's one that, yes, the hopes and aspirations are going on, but it's one that I think it has to be measured. Let's ice the champion. Let's ice the champion for now and do the business on the field of play. Hopefully, we'll be able to play the 7 games.
Alfred, ice the champion with 4 games to go.
I say let's ice the champion. Hopefully, we'll be able to
no, don't even touch.
7 games.
Don't even touch the champion.
And make it to the final.
Don't even touch. Don't let's talk about the champion yet. But I get your point. I get your point. Optimism very high now, and I'm yet to see anybody with a negative comment about the Super Eagles since they started playing at the Nations Cup. All right, let's talk about what happened today in Nigeria Professional Football League and what's going to happen over the weekend. I stumbled on your program and listened to your analysis on the Remo issue and had a good laugh. I must say that on national TV. but we'll talk about the other things. Maybe when we see each other, I love some of the things that you said while listening in. All right, let's take a look at the results, matches played. Then we'll also take a look at what's going to happen over the weekend. Heartland and Rangers was so much talked about, but that's a 3-0 in favor of Rangers. Ikenna, your thoughts on this one? We're pressed for time, but your thoughts on this one?
Massive.
Was it what you expected?
No, never. The highest it can be a draw, but Rangers is looking like one of the teams that's raising up their hands for the title this season. As in it's massive.
Hammering.
It's beating Heartland 3-0. Man, that's. I think Alfred and the rest of they're all happy about this result. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Okay, Alfred, your thoughts on this one? We just had to say it. I know you waxed lyrical about Rangers, even when they weren't doing well. You were one of the few guys who kept supporting them. Now it appears there's a renaissance.
Well, Abdul Mekaba joined the team at the start of the season. Not too many people look at it. How many titles have the last time he did something with the team was with them? That was Plateau United. He joined the team and quietly, I think he has carved himself. I looked at the lineup today, just before the game started. A lot of guys came in. The goalkeeper that was MFM goalkeeper last season has kept 6 straight games for Rangers International this season. To tell you how Seydou Mutawakil, that used to be they started the season as number 1, got into trouble in the first game, that game against Katsina United, and the new man comes in and he's kept 6 clean sheets. This yet another clean sheet in Owerri, something that I think Rangers just made a statement with that win. Remember, Remo Stars went to Bauchi and beat Wiki Tori by 2 goals to 1. This is a league that has started with so much happening in terms of, if you look at it, the way wins are coming in, the results are coming in. Only yesterday, only a few days ago, that was 2 days back, Dakar lost at home to Wiki Tori. So away result is not something that is surprising anymore. The results are beginning to come in. We have a new man at the helm of affairs as far as the league is concerned in terms of the day-to-day running of the league. And it's beginning to show. We've not the very few places where we've had somewhat of untoward incident, they've come down heavy on those teams. Case in point, Dakar, they now play in Benin. Sunshine Stars from last season, they've been playing in Eguavoen. They know they've been getting results there. So I hope this will continue. I just pray it continues. But this bodes for really interesting times for the league.
Let's quickly go to the fixtures for this weekend. I'll allow Ikena run through it and tell us what he thinks will happen. And also, Alfred will do same as well. And I hope both you guys will be able to do that for us in a minute. So there you go. Ikena, run us through what you have in the screen. I think this one will be a great game. AFCON United Sunshine Stars.
Yeah, it will be a great game. And Sunshine Stars picking up a draw with Shooting Stars. So I think this, but playing in New York is not easy. It's not easy. AFCON United, the defending champions, they're going to pick their maximum points, I'm sure. MFM Akanopilas is not the best of times for MFM at this moment. They're giving out points in Lagos, so going far away in Kano is as he can get. Enyimba picked up a draw in Gombe, so I think they will use that same to face Lobby Stars. So it's going to be, and that game, probably if they are one of the teams that want to be the champions at the end of the season, this is one of the games they should pick up. And it's a very tough place to go to get anything from.
All right, let's see other matches.
Yeah.
There's going to be other interesting matches you could...
Rivers United, Heartland. Heartland, from what they suffered this is midweek, going to Port Harcourt. Is a close by, is a derby, but Rivers United, they are on fire. Winning in Lagos has given them that distance. Shooting Stars, Kwara United. Shooting Stars is mourning. They are in mourning right now. Yeah. So they are going to play that game with heavy hearts. But the only honor you can give to a man that has done so much for you is to win this game against Kwara United.
All right, so those are the fixtures. Let's quickly go to Alfred, match day 8 fixtures. Alfred, give us your take on this one in a minute, at least over a minute if you can, some of the interesting fixtures that we're going to see.
Well, let me start by saying for Rivers United, they went top of the league temporarily. That was before Remo played. They got the result in Lagos. I saw them play, and I think they looked a very decent side. Hosting Heartland are in all sorts of trouble. This is a team that is struggling to make up the numbers on the field of play. Only a few days ago, story surfaced where players were protesting. They have to get, they're being owed and the rest of all of the things that are supposed to distract them are currently taking place in Heartland. So it will be a big struggle for them to get points. Though this fixture in time past has a history behind it between Heartland and then Dolphins and Sharks. And I mean, this is a place you can move from one city to the other in less than 1 hour. I mean, from Port Harcourt to so it's that close. So it's kind of this is a battle of neighbors. For Remo Stars, they are top of the league, 17 points. Rangers, with the statement they made today, their next game is they will host Remo Stars. Coach Bego Gumbote at some point was the coach of course, he knows Rangers inside out because he's worked there before. Therefore, interestingly for me, for Remo, they have a certain Dayo. The guy is rolling back the years as far as I'm concerned. I saw the match they won game against MFM. It was at the center of everything they did to undo MFM at the Onikon Stadium. And only yesterday in Ikene, he scored the only goal. Bags of experience, loads of experience. The experience he has gathered over the years from clubs like Sunshine Stars and Imba International. So he's at the center of whatever is happening. He might not be the captain of Remo Stars, but I can tell you that he's at the center of every good thing that's happening for that team now. It will be interesting to see how Remo, that fixture against Rangers International. That is the standard fixture. Two form teams going head to head is the game I think I want to see.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at the English Premier League. Let me run through the fixtures. We're not going to be able to talk about it because I want to spend a minute at least on the Australian Open. But on your screen, Everton, of course, got rid of their manager. They're going to play against Aston Villa. Brentford will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Leeds will take on Newcastle United. Manchester United will be up against West Ham. These are some of the fixtures. Arsenal will take on Burnley. Crystal Palace will take on Liverpool. Leicester City will take on Brighton. Chelsea will take on Tottenham. These are fixtures in the English Premier League for Saturday and for Sunday. Alfred, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. Hopefully we'll do this again some other time.
Thank you very much, Chairman. The pleasure is mine always.
All right. Of course, Ikena, I want to also thank you for your time today. Hopefully we'll do this again some other time.
Yeah, when next I come, we'll be discussing the quarterfinals for the Super Eagles.
Okay, hopefully. All right. Best of luck to the Super Eagles. Next time we're here, hopefully we'll be talking about them advancing to the next round. That's the show today. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye now.